But it was amazing. Yeah, I can't thank everybody enough that came by our mobile studio.
Yeah,
sat
brought
down.
the whole studio there.
Yep, sat down, had a conversation with us. So many people coming up, just saying hi and thanks for what we do and everything. It was very humbling, of course. By the time this episode comes out, which will be this coming Monday, all the Geo Week Day episodes will have been released.
That's correct.
So hopefully everybody is able to catch up that way. But it was an absolute blast. If you've never been, highly, highly, highly recommended. It is probably the best geospatial conference in North America.
I mean, the robots were running around, or the dog robots were running around. There were drones everywhere. I mean, every 30 minutes, somebody was walking around 3D capturing, and it was crazy, the amount of technology and the people. I mean,
absolutely,
it was a great turnout. Very, I don't know. I was very impressed,
and it was really cool to like catch up with some of our friends of the program that were there as well.
Man, even besides the week in general, the fact that we got to meet and hang out with a lot of people that support us, and had a lot of good feedback, and really getting to spend time with all those people was really amazing.
It really was. So if you've never been, highly, highly recommended for next year.
Absolutely.
Other than that, let's who do we have? We have. I'm here. You're here.
What else is what's new other than Geo Week? I mean, tell us a little bit outside the conference itself, Kent. How was the trip?
The trip. You want to talk about that?
We'll talk about the trip a little bit.
It was really funny because here we are in Denver, and Sean's like, "Oh gosh, I hope it snows. It'd be so cool to see snow, right?" And I'm like, "Screw that! I don't want snow." Of course, it snows.
That lasted for about 5 seconds.
It snows. My flight gets canceled, and his does not. So I get stuck in Denver for an extra day.
Yeah, and it was ridiculously cold, and that excitement about the snow lasted about 5 minutes, and then I was ready to get back to Phoenix.
Yeah, absolutely. But other than that, everything's good. How about you?
Oh, not a whole lot. Just kind of getting back to it, getting into a normal week. Kind of
back to normal.
Back to normal. Kind of. I don't want to call it the grind because it's that's not the thing, but normal stuff.
Not a big fan of normal.
Yeah, maybe that's why it feels weird.
I kind of enjoyed last week.
We went on a run there from probably about Thanksgiving to Christmas to then January, and we did some trips, and then the Open, and then the Super Bowl, and then the conference, and then now it's actually just a normal, boring week.
Until tonight.
The
highlight of the week.
Yeah.
So let's get our third member of the cast introduced here. Of course, we have Peta Cox with us. Hi, Peta.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, she's
happy Friday for you.
It's like late morning,
or happy Thursday, I should say.
Oh, let's figure this out. This is the stuff that I hard time wrapping my mind around. So where we are right now, it is 5:06 p.m. on Wednesday
evening.
Where Peta is, it is
Thursday.
11:06 Friday.
11:06.
No, Thursday.
Thursday.
I wish it was Friday.
Yes.
And then where our guest is this evening, it's 2 a.m.
Thursday.
Yes. Wow. Isn't it crazy? Time zones.
Gosh.
It might still feel like Wednesday night for her, depending on if she's a late, really, really late person or a really, really early person.
Absolutely. What's new with you, Peta?
Oh, work.
Work.
Yeah, I've been seeing the some of the social media updates have been, look like you're out doing the thing. Looks like you're busy.
Yeah, keeping busy, trying to keep up with everything, and that's I don't know, it's a grind. I call it the grind at the moment. I'm sorry, Sean. It's the grind. Yeah, no, it's all good. Everything's going well. The academy's good. I'm getting some teachers on board, so that's going to take some. Yeah,
nice.
I've been doing podcasts with other people and got my podcast up going again. So,
noticed. Back to being busy.
Overachieving lately.
Yeah. Well, she did take a 2-month holiday there, so.
Shush.
The holidays in Australia last.
They last a long time. Yes.
I needed a break.
Well, then there's that.
And you deserved it.
For sure. Sure. All right, let's move on. Sean, good luck with this. Tell us about that opening number.
Yes, bear with me. I will get through this. That was an artist called Ferouz, and a song called Nasim Elena El Hawa. And And the starting off here, Nuhad Wadi Haddad, born November 21st, 1934, known as Ferouz. Our guest will tell me how much I butchered all those names. Is lesbian. She is a Lebanese singer, considered by many as one of the leading vocalists and most famous singers in the history of the Arab world. Ferouz is considered the musical icon of Lebanon and is popularly known as the soul of Lebanon. In a career spanning over 6 decades, Ferouz has recorded nearly 1,500 songs.
Wow.
Released more than 80 albums, performed in 20 musicals, and sold over 150 million records worldwide, making her one of the highest-selling Middle Eastern artists of all time and one of the best-selling music artists in the world. I can tell you, I've read a fair amount of these now, and 150 million records is a lot. That's in the top echelons here. Like even the people that were like, oh, this is the greatest band ever, they're like 60, 80 million records. Like 150 is ridiculous. 6 decades is also ridiculous.
I should have probably looked to see if she's still living, because born in 1934, that would make her 98. Is that the right math there? He's doing the math.
Yeah, that would be. No, not 98.
88?
90. She'll be 90 next year. So 89.
89.
88, actually. 88.
88. Oh, that's 10 years
so
old.
That's still
okay. Well, pretty amazing. To put it in perspective, we're on episode 163.
all right. And we are a tenured, weathered group.
Oh man, it feels like 500 episodes. Jeez.
Really?
All right, here we are in the Mentoring Mondays studio this week. If you're not familiar with Mentoring Mondays, be sure to check out the website, mentoringmondays.xyz to find out more. Sean, you're up. Airworks somewhat random trivia. What do you got for us this week?
First note, she is still alive. 87 years old.
87 years old. Good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Okay, based on our guest, I pulled a couple of random, not really random, but a couple of just a few trivia nuggets on surveying in Egypt, specifically ancient Egypt. I know Ken likes this. The Egyptian phrase for a surveyor was a rope stretcher, and surveying was known as stretching a rope. Similar to, Kent and his chain and all that kind of stuff. They used cubits, which is traditionally the length from the bent elbow to the tips of the fingers. They also use palms, which is the width of the palm, or the width of the palm of the hand, and digits, which is the width of the human finger. So 4 digits equals 1 palm, and 7 palms equals 1 cubit. And based on my brief research, the rough approximation of a cubit is about 20.59 inches. I don't know what that is in centimeters, but you guys can convert it.
That was good. Yeah, so interesting.
I really like the rope stretcher thing, and some of the stuff I was reading, and even the old pictures, and it's just crazy how that's like 2500 BC, and the fundamental idea is not that far off than when I did a very similar trivia about the origins of modern surveying, and it's essentially the same thing. Indeed. They would even put knots in it, and they would have it a specified length, and the rope would be, I think it's all really cool that it's 5,000 years old and
crazy.
Basically the same exercise.
From an engineering perspective, are there practices today that existed the same or similar 5,000 years ago?
What I would say is, yes, absolutely. And it's the easiest way is in like cement or cementitious materials. Oh, not like modern day cement that's actually made, that's made, but the idea of taking very, very fine particles that react with water and set up a little bit, that was happening 2,000 years BC and is still going on today. I mean, you can go back and actually, really quick, if you might nerding out a little bit, they found some really, really old concrete, like at the Parthenon or Pantheon or whichever one of those. And they're wondering, like, how is this concrete like still around? And what they found was, lime is a part of concrete. And what they thought when they were investigating the concrete, they were seeing like little speckles of lime. And they originally thought like maybe they just didn't have modern mixing materials to actually get it all ground up and mixed up.
Gotcha.
But what they discovered is, as concrete cracks, which by the way, all concrete cracks, not even the best one, all cracks. Well, as it cracked, it would crack along the line where that little lime or that little speck was, or a little chunk of lime. And once the water hit that, it actually expanded, and then that crack didn't go any further.
Interesting.
So it was almost like it was there on purpose.
Wow.
It's almost like control joints where you force it to crack, and then boom, it happens, and then it doesn't crack forever and then doesn't fall apart.
It would be amazing if they intended it to do that.
I like to think that they did.
That's incredible.
But the fact that it's still standing is, you got to give them credit. The proof is in the pudding. It still exists. So,
yep. And I would be remiss if I failed to wish you a happy Engineers Week.
Oh, thank you.
I should have got you a gift. You can have the last sip of my shake if you'd like.
Hard pass on that, but thank you. Didn't even know it was Engineers Week until you told me.
Oh, I know. That's all right. We still love you. Peter, I'm going to have you do the Advanced Genetic Survey's weekly words of wisdom. Just so you don't have to listen to me all the time.
No, but
You not have it?
No.
Oh my gosh! Just nobody
I'm looking
read
for it.
Nobody read the program notes except for me.
I came prepared.
And Sean? Okay. I will take care of this. This week's Advanced Genetic Surveys weekly words of wisdom is as follows. Our world is evolving without consideration, and the result is a loss of biodiversity, energy issues, congestion in cities. But geography, if used correctly, can be used to redesign sustainable and more livable cities. That is Jack Dangerman, founder of Esri.
Oh, yeah, from
keynote speaker.
Yeah, he was the speaker.
So I thought that was applicable, and plus it goes along with our episode this evening, which we are going to get to right now. Let's loop our guest in. We have Maha Kamal with us, and this is our first guest from Egypt. So this is a big night for us.
It really is.
This is huge. This is huge. And I believe she said it's her first podcast. So we're both a little nervous. Bear with us here just a little bit. It's going to be fine. But a little bit about Maha. She's born and raised in Cairo, Egypt.
Okay.
Attended Ain Shams University for undergrad. Ended up with a bachelor's degree in computer and system engineering. Peter's going to love this, and you guys have to have a live or a conversation on air. She is an espresso and coffee lover.
Ooh.
I know. I saw that. I was so excited.
She likes cooking, reading, and participating in physical activities like walking, swimming, and exercising. Sean and I have been talking about doing a little bit more of that lately.
Well, we're going to start with eating better and
not drinking,
not treating our bodies like gymnasiums, but more like temples.
There you go. I like that. Currently, she is a geospatial advisor who is driving and leading the geospatial strategy at a company called Edge Pro, which we're going to learn more about. And finally, she's passionate and excited about innovation and creativity. Maha, welcome to the Geoholics.
Thanks for inviting me. I'm so happy to be here.
We are really happy to have you.
Absolutely.
So now we do an icebreaker, Maha, and this week's Trimble ProPoint icebreaker. If you had to delete, I can't wait to see everybody's response to this. If you had to delete all but 3 apps from your smartphone, which ones would you keep?
So I'm only allowed to keep 3 apps?
Oh,
Yes.
Okay, WhatsApp will be the first one that I will keep.
Yeah.
I consider it all-in-one app. I can use it for sending messages and receiving messages with my family, with my friends, and also for businesses. I can use it for many purposes as it supports group chat and variety of messages types. I can share text, photos, document, voice, and also make calls. For the second app, I can keep also Google Maps because my sense of direction is terrible. The third app is Gmail. Is also my mean to communicate with the corporate world we live in.
Very good. All right, Sean, this is going to be good.
Sean's looking at his phone.
I am.
I was
a
gonna do the same
ridiculous
thing.
amount of apps here. I mean, just looking at the ones I use the most. Is this like? Can I ask a question first? Is this like that I would need to live like normally, professionally, or like in an ideal world, that's the only thing I had?
I guess in an ideal world.
Well, okay. Or you said if you had to delete, so I'm just gonna go with.
You can only keep 3.
I need the Outlook app because that same as Maha. I need my email. It's how I communicate. That's my calendar.
Yep.
At this point in my life, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow until I look at the Outlook app that it tells me. And then I will say, God, I'm sorry, but it'll be TikTok. It's a part. I took a 2-week TikTok break and it was good. It was a good cleanse, but now I'm back to it.
You took a 2-week TikTok break.
Yep.
So your alcohol consumption went up during those 2 weeks. Now you're going back to TikTok and the alcohol consumption is going
Something's got to give.
He needs a vice of some sort.
Jeez.
And the third one, I mean, just because she's on tonight, I would also say WhatsApp because that's how I communicate with PETA.
Indeed. All right, Peter, you're up.
Yeah, well, WhatsApp was my first because all my friends overseas, that's how I talk to them, send them photos and videos and all that kind of stuff. I guess my Instagram.
Okay. Yeah.
That keeps me entertained.
Yeah.
I would maybe have to say, I would hate to say it, but yeah, some kind of Outlook or Gmail or something, because I've got to put everything into my calendar as well because I can't remember anything.
Yeah. No doubt.
What about you, Kent? Is there a curling news now app that you just can't live without?
There is one of those, but I'm going to say I can live without that.
Okay.
But I think I found a loophole in this.
Oh, geez.
I will have the Safari app.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
That doesn't count.
That gets you to everything, basically.
That doesn't count.
All right. Well, then I'm going to have to go with LinkedIn.
Oh, really?
I'll go with Outlook and WhatsApp.
So boring.
I know. I don't know. What else? I'm looking at my apps on my phone. What else would I
YouTube.
You're
always on YouTube.
Oh, no, Spotify. That's a big one.
Oh, yeah.
I would say I'm an Android guy, so I'm Amazon Music.
Yeah.
I'd get rid of my emails and my calendar for Spotify, actually.
Yeah.
Because if this is an ideal world, I don't need to be
Amazon.
do anything for anyone.
Amazon.
Yeah, but
that's a good one to keep.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a tough one.
If you only have 3.
I hope people listening are thinking about this because I'm still flipping through all these apps on my phone. Like, do I need that?
What terrible world where you only have 3 apps to choose from? Like, that sounds even worse.
Hold on, though. Would it be a terrible world? It might be a better world.
I think that if that's where we're at, there's some serious things that have gone wrong for us to get to the point where we're only allowed to have 3 apps on our phone. Sorry.
It makes you think for sure.
It does. And it also was like, what am I doing with like 150? Like, it's crazy. Like, why do I need all these?
I was just flipping through and I've got like seven pages of swipes, but then on one of those pages, I've got like folders for all of them. So like, I would hate to think how many apps I've actually got on my phone. I probably don't use half of them, but
we are way too reliant on technology.
We are.
Just embarrassing. Yeah. All right, let's get back to our guest and focus on her.
Yes, absolutely.
Maha, let's get to know you just a little bit. Give us an idea of what it was like growing up in Cairo.
Cairo is really a wonderful place. Egyptians are friendly, open to other cultures, and known for their good hospitality. They like to help people. Egypt has rich history, amazing natural, historical, and cultural attractions. When it comes to family, it's very important for Egyptians, so they pay special attention to family values and relationships. Families members are so connected. And my parents formed the core of my early values and principles. I am grateful to them for walking with me every step of the way, and even during the hard times. Also, friendships are beautiful thing. I'm having a small number of close friends. Some of them are similar to me, and some are different, who shown me a different perspective of the life and taught me about myself and the world at large. Actually, life in Cairo is much the same as it is in any other city in the world. People get up in the morning, go to school or work, have meals with their families, spend time with their friends, and go to supermarket. In Cairo, formal education is very important. There are 12 years of formal education and then entering to college. Actually, one of my childhood dreams was to enter the College of Engineering, and thankfully it comes true.
I think that's a great
Wow.
dream.
And
Yeah.
it's
Love the College of Engineering.
a very informative answer. Appreciate that.
So all of those, like, what did, you talked about life in Cairo, like, how did that shape who you are today and what you're doing today?
Throughout my life, I have had many experiences that shape the way I am today. It's all me. Everything I am experienced and the people I grew up around and my friends have influenced me in many ways. One of the things that made big impact in my life is entering the College of Engineering. Actually, Faculty of Engineering prepare you to solving tomorrow's problem, from buildings, infrastructure, and transportation to innovation technology. And as an engineer, you are loving to influence the environment around you. You will go on to find solutions to shape business, society, and make an impact in the world. As engineering combines scientific and mathematical knowledge with creative thinking, you learn how to generate creative solutions to complex problems. Then after my graduation from faculty, and as I am so passionate about solving problems, I continued my journey in the same path. As the geospatial industry, we are working to solve big problems like disaster, climate, intelligence, aviation, agriculture, planning, infrastructure, water, natural resources management.
Talk about your role at EdgePro. You're a geospatial advisor. Tell us about that, and tell us about EdgePro.
EdgePro is established in 2004 in Cairo, Egypt, and I graduated from college and joined EdgePro at the same year. It's totally unplanned. I'm so proud to be one of EdgePro founding employees and one of the drivers to the current success. We started with 10 employees, and by the time and with the efforts of our team and challenges we faced, we reached 150 employees and became one of the leading companies in the geospatial industry by using latest technologies from hexagon geospatial and satellite imagery from Maxar. It enabled us to participate in various national projects, either civil or military. EdgePro is a data-driven organization investing in R&D and innovation and providing a pleasant atmosphere that attracts competent people. Actually, I love EdgePro so much. It's a part of me. My role as a geospatial advisor at EdgePro combine a bit of everything. It touches business, it touches technical, it touches strategy, it touches innovation, and I like creativity. And I'm so passionate and excited with this diversity work. I believe that passion is what drives us to continue, as the journey to success is often long and winding. Most success look a lot of trial and error to get where it is today. If you are not passionate enough from the start, you will never stick it out. So passion is the fuel behind a successful career.
It is. Can't agree with that more.
Yeah. It's Maha, you've been at that company for a long time, and I noticed that you talked about diversity as well. Do you have a lot of female geospatialists in that company, and how do you see the diversity moving forward in the geospatial profession?
Yes, we are having some female at the company, and I think as we are working to solve big problems like disaster, climate, aviation, and those problems are not local but national and regional and international also. And all of the time, you should not start from scratch. You should start where others have left out. You need to be aligned with the standards for data interoperability. You need to know how others solve the same problems. So you have to be able to deal and to communicate with different people from different cultures and different languages. Recognizing the values that different perspectives and cultures bring to an organization and valuing differences create a work environment where people can and want to do their best. I think this will help you learn and benefit from the wealth of knowledge and experiences that diversity brings. It opens doors for new ways of thinking and new opportunities for building the success of the organization. It's important to showcase the importance of diversity of thoughts and the need for every member of the organization to participate in strategic planning sessions. The greatest idea may not always come from the person with the most prestige title.
Well said.
Yeah, it's so true. Having such a diverse crew brings so many different things into your company and makes for a better company, I think.
No question. Thank you for that answer, Ma. I love that you're passionate about innovation and creativity and about challenging yourself. What sparked your interest in geospatial technology, and how did you become a geospatial strategist?
During my studying of computer engineering, I just hear a few things about geospatial, as it is not widely known at those times, and the computer engineers does not study it at the faculty. Only civil engineers study it, and only few people know and work in geospatial. When I joined Edge Pro and then start to learn about geospatial, I impressed with the GIS. As GIS technologists are able to combine geospatial and non-geospatial data from different data sources in a geospatial analysis operation in order to answer all kinds of questions. The fact that those questions can be answered in quite remarkable if one realizes that geographic phenomena are almost never homogeneously distributed. My belief is geospatial technologies are the foundational in creating positive change in the world. I think that the solution to any simple or complex problem in any industry have a direct or indirect relationship to geospatial, as everything related to location, whether your car, your drone, underground utilities, telecom companies, and as my nature that I am attracted to different and unique things all those times, the GIS was different and unique. Also, I'm so passionate and excited about solving difficult problems, and the challenges are motivation and the fuel for me to do my best. And to solve any problem, you should have a vision and a strategy which define your direction. Strategy is a style of thinking to ensure future access. A geospatial strategy defines how you will use GIS to achieve your goals. It's the choices and approaches that you're taking to achieve your vision and meet your business objectives. And based on my long and solid experience at both technical and business sectors, besides product management skills, I can have a big picture to put an effective geospatial strategy, which is business oriented and holistically connects business needs with people, processes, and technology to help overcome challenges and improve results.
Yeah. So speaking of those results, and you talk about how the geospatial technology can be used to address some big challenges. How does that relate to, or how can it relate to some really, really big challenges like, climate change and environmental degradation?
The satellite Earth observation technology provides a powerful insight into climate change. Satellite imagery is a key tool used to study the changing climatic pattern and for climate actions. As most climate variables can be monitored by space, satellites provide a wealth of valuable information to understand the drivers and the impact of climate change, which are a vital input to governments and industries to adapt, prevent, and develop resilience to global warming. In addition, satellite data can make up for shortcomings of traditional monitoring tools such as IoT monitors, forecast guards, which are expensive and time-consuming. More climate variables can monitored using satellite imagery. For example, wildfires. There has been a sharp rise in occurrence and intensity of wildfires in recent years. As the fire seasons get more extreme, a huge area of vegetation worldwide is burned every year due to fires. As wildfires are closely associated with climate change, they tend to reinforce each other mutually, thus increase the ongoing crisis. Accordingly, as the crisis worsens, monitoring fires could play a huge role in minimizing risk. And the traditional systems that use IoT monitors and cameras lack efficiency as it is time-consuming in addition to being expensive. In contrast, the satellites have emerged as an effective monitoring infrastructure, making it possible to observe extensive areas in real time. Data from satellite also provide valuable insights into wildfire behavior, such as their patterns and preferred course. Also for the floods, satellite imagery are also helpful in creating predictive models that could help monitor and forecast floods. Also for heat waves and rising sea levels, which are one of the most evident indicators for global warming.
Interesting. Oh, it's amazing how it can be used for so many different things to look after the environment and the climate and all of that kind of stuff. I'm wondering, Maha, what would be one of the or a couple of the projects that you've been involved in that you're most proud of?
We lately participated in several national projects as we now help achieving the country vision through the digital transformation. I'll pick the National Special Data Infrastructure Project, with purpose of data interoperability to connect all specialized ministries and the governmental entities in one platform, allowing decision makers to reach most critical and detailed layers of information possible, including health, education, housing, and utilities that help prioritizing their needs accordingly. The Egypt National Special Data Infrastructure Project is based on Hexagon Geospatial Products, Inspire Data Schema, and OGC services. I have really enjoyed the opportunity to get mentorship in Inspire themes and the data specification from Cassie Schleidet, the Inspire consultant who is participating in formulating the standards. Also, it was my great pleasure to meet Nadine Alami, the OGC CEO, at several OGC meetings and webinars, and to hear from the leaders in geospatial industries. The project supports sustainable development efforts and strategic directions with the ability of conducting comprehensive planning and preparing sustainable development strategies, which contributes to making decisions based on accurate information and following up on implementation of the decisions in an efficient manner.
Go ahead.
Okay, another project which is increasing the productivity of strategic crops using remote sensing techniques to monitor crop health during growth on the level of state assets and the property management project. We used artificial intelligence techniques in re-evaluating and pricing state properties.
Oh, that's interesting.
Really is. So some of this technology you mentioned, how do you see this technology evolving over the next 5 or 10 years? And what impact do you think it could have on the industries that you work in?
I think we could transition from data providers to knowledge provider. increasing our value across private industry and answering the call by global organizations to partner with leaders at all levels of society in addressing serious systematic challenges like climate change, economic inequality, and geopolitical uncertainty. The Geospatial Knowledge Infrastructure, or JKI, is a grand vision based on shared databases, standardized formats, and partnerships between industries and governments at global and local levels. The transition to JKI is coming, and to stay relevant, we need to develop our skills in the areas most likely to grow in the next 5 to 10 years, like 5G, indoor positioning, sensors, and IoT, on-the-fly spatial data analysis and predictive analysis, automation, AI, machine learning, digital twins, smart cities technologies, and the integration of all business systems with GIS. An AI-driven approach to geospatial analytics process vast quantities of data and distills it into understandable takeaways, identifying trends and outliers to support a subject matter expert or decision makers' interpretation. Asset owners like pipeline operators have much clearer and closer than ever to real-time understanding of geological threats to the infrastructure.
Wow.
Sounds like there's a lot going on in the infrastructure side over there. And
Yeah, absolutely.
Very advanced.
So yeah, speaking about how you pull off projects, so it's my understanding, Maha, you're a certified project manager?
Product
manager. Oh, yes. I see that now. So what exactly is that? Because obviously I don't know. And how does that apply to your geospatial career?
Okay, the product management is solving problems for people based on creative thinking and to be data driven and take all decisions based on data. Our role is to solve a customer's problem, and our solutions are customer centric. So we start with customer and working backwards. It's an outside thinking, seeing your product from the viewpoint of your customers in order to achieve customer success. Here, our main interest is to understand the customer's job needs, pain points, and to design the user experience and see how to come with an innovative solution to resolve the customer's problem. This helps our customer to always have an optimum solution with the advantage of cost, time, high quality service with minimal risk. The product management have great importance here to truly understand the needs of customers and to set the vision and the strategy to planning out the direction of products and to set the tone for people who work on it to achieve the user satisfaction. The product managers are passionate people who never gives up. So I like the product management.
So you mentioned the use of technologies when you were talking about some of the, the projects that you've worked on that you're really proud of. How do you see the role of not only AI, but, even virtual reality and just machine learning in general? What effect do you see that having on the geospatial field?
The current developments in AI and machine learning and cloud computing enable more efficient and effective analysis of big data, which develop a better understanding in more applications, including asset management, risk management, emergency response, and environmental monitoring, as well as the design and the construction of transportation, utilities, and telecom infrastructure. GeoAI can bring significant benefits to drive the next generation of service innovation in applications, from autonomous transportation to sustainable smart cities to soil sustainability. And by incorporating 3D technology into GeoAI modeling, you can create an accurate digital representation of any physical form, including landscapes, sites, geographic regions, and infrastructure. These 3D visualizations are extremely detailed and designed to include regions, terrain, vegetation, building, water, and power lines, satellite imagery, weather condition, and traffic data. And the common applications for the 3D GeoAI models are city planning, building information model or BIM, and the digital twins, coastal modeling, developing the energy sector, and modernizing the telecom sector, and establishing a plan for mining operation.
Really interesting.
Yeah, I can see the mining operation.
Absolutely.
Like that I think is going to go into all of the stuff we saw at Geo Week with the automate, like that's where it's going to start first. And then everyone else is going to benefit because especially with safety, if you could have just machines that just crank out the stuff that we need, that makes a lot of lives better.
What are we going to do with all the people?
So we could go to the beach.
We're hiring.
We can go to the beach. You machines, you go do all the work.
Yeah, we're just gonna go like PETA and take 3 month holidays
vacations
and hang out at the beach for half the year.
Well, wouldn't that be life if AI and machines did it all for us?
Yeah, maybe we're onto something here. Maybe we shouldn't complain. We should look forward to this.
Or what would be the point of us if AI and machines did everything? What are we doing? We're serving no purpose. Just
this is a whole nother episode.
Sure.
we need a psychologist for this one.
Yeah,
Correct.
I think we do. But you know, we shouldn't live our whole lives working. So
Oh no.
we've got to come to a balance somehow there.
somehow.
Somehow.
I always hear people talk about how we should be born at like 80 years old and then live the rest of your life backwards.
Oh,
Like
Benjamin
the
Button.
thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like that movie, but it was kind of sad for him.
I know.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot of good stuff.
I don't think there's a perfect
And-
solution.
No, I had a question asked of me the other day. Would I rather get to, was it 50 or something and live forever, or get to 21 and die when you're 100 and stay 21 until you turn 100? Like,
Ooh.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Again, whole nother episode.
Okay, let's move on.
As a
21 forever is kind of appealing.
No, 21 to
21
100.
until you're 100, or 50 and then forever. I'd take 50 and forever.
50
all day.
forever. No question.
No, I don't want to live forever.
But no, that's why you say it, because you're over 50 but still 21 inside.
Yeah. Well, actually,
So that you're
like a
living
5-year-old
you're living
inside.
this as
So
we speak.
true. Oh dear.
Oh, shit.
Let's get back to Maha. Maha, I'm really interested. You've been with the company for quite a long time. Could you talk about what you believe are some of like the most important things in running a successful organization within the geospatial industry, especially coming from an engineering background, and you've been successful in this company for such a long time?
Okay, I think the most important things to run successful organization in general are empathy, recognizing and respecting the diversity, and involve all members in decisions that impact them, and to build the trust. The empathy is so important, as you never know what people are going through or they went through. Everyone has a personal problems, and sometimes some personal emotions get brought into the workplace. Try not to ignore them, but instead find the core of the problem, and to be supportive employer by showing concern. Supportive workplace culture is the foundation of a healthy workplace environment. The recognizing and understanding the individual's differences mean to have respect for each person involves fundamental belief in their rights to exist, to be heard, and to have the same opportunities as everyone else. Also, creating a positive atmosphere is extremely critical to the overall success of organization that makes your employees feel secure and motivated, and also gives them a sense of belonging. Another point is to build trust throughout the organization, as employees simply will not give their full effort and attention to a company that they don't trust. Building trust with the employee is paramount to getting the employees buy into the company's strategic plan. Trust and respect are the building blocks upon which all good company employee relationships are built.
Oh, it's so
Also,
true.
also to encourage collaboration over competition. It used to be common to create internal competitions to motivate action. But for every competition, there needs to be a loser. When someone loses repeatedly, they may eventually decide to stop competing. A better alternative is to create an environment of collaboration over competition. When people work together, they all have a part in success and no one has to lose. A collaborative work environment can produce higher quality work with less stress on individual employees. All of those points are so important to run successful organization in general. And especially in the geospatial industry, which include problem-solving challenges, which highly need collaboration and a positive atmosphere for success.
Thank you for that answer, Maha. I love that.
That is everything we've been talking about.
Yes,
it really
so
is.
much to take away from that answer. That was great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Maha, I have to ask this. We ask everybody this question, but I'm really curious what your response is going to be here. Do you have a mantra that you live by?
To be successful, you don't need a better job or home, phone, car, clothes, but you need a better mindset and always see the good side of everything. Also, failure is a part of life. If you don't fail, you don't learn. And if you don't learn, you will never change.
So true.
Here.
Sean and I were just talking about this like yesterday.
We were actually really.
I love this lady.
Yes, no question. No
Amazing.
question. Hey, Maha, you did a great job and we thank you. Is there anything else that maybe we haven't talked about that you want to get out there?
No, I am great. All is good. And if anyone thinks that I can provide support to him, you can talk to me. I'll talk to anybody, anytime. And anyone can visit our website, which is h-pro.com. And let's to see any angle for collaboration.
I love that. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah,
Sean,
absolutely.
anything else, buddy?
It's just I thought that was great. I think that the perspective is just it's just crazy how we're talking about the exact same thing.
Great.
And Maha summarizes it a lot better than we do. It's just the commonality of issues and what we're excited about is pretty awesome. So really cool.
It really is.
So
How about you? Anything else?
It's interesting. Well, it's interesting that, you guys talk about it there. We talk about it here. It's now being talked over in Egypt. It is everywhere.
It's everywhere. No question.
Yeah.
Really is.
Well, thank you again, Maha. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maha. It was lovely to meet you.
Yes, thanks for staying up late or waking up early. It's really been a pleasure. I don't know, it's difficult for you, so.
Yep, thank you again. All right, again, adding value and making new friends. Who
Adding
knew?
value, absolutely.
Who knew? If anyone would like to be a guest on a future show, shoot us an email at info@thegeoholics.com. Farouz, Nassam, Aliana, El Hawa, available everywhere. Until next time, respect everyone. Focus on cooperation over competition, better mindset, look for the best in everything like Sean does.
Absolutely.
Most importantly, be safe and healthy. All right.
Good job.
Great job.
Wonderful.
That was really cool.
Thank you for that, Maha. That was really good. I love the insight and perspective.